If you could give me a level check, that would be great.
Mic check. Haley Batten, 3, 2, 1.
She's got the hardware on, she's got the kit, she's good. I'm Elizabeth Beisel, 2-time Olympic medalist, and I'm jumping the press ropes to take you inside the Olympic Village, some of the most interesting and exclusive places of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. We'll talk to the athletes about pretty much anything and everything other than winning medals. The quirky little details of daily Olympic life that only the athletes themselves know about, because it isn't all nail-biting pressure and medal ceremonies. You can hear us in the headphones, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the Games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris.
The 8th Women's Olympic mountain bike cross-country race is underway here at Salines-Elancourt climb, and it is the United States' Haley Batten. What a ride by her. She fought her way back, and she has taken the silver medal in Paris for the United States, Haley Batten, and a glorious return for Jenny Risner.
And she's fresh off a silver medal. How are we feeling?
Oh gosh, honestly, it's been an absolute whirlwind since I crossed that finish line. I visualized making this possible for a long time, but I had no idea what I was getting into after. So I'm soaking it all up and enjoying the hype for sure. But yeah, it's still slowly soaking in.
It'll probably take a while too to continue to soak in.
Oh,
I would love to know,
yeah.
just with your, right? With your experience, how different is it going to an Olympics versus a World Cup event?
Yeah. I mean, I think, this was my second Olympic Games after Tokyo. Yeah. And so that was a unique experience. I learned a lot just about how much energy the Olympics takes. But this one's, even bigger, but I'm so grateful for that. But I'm sure, all the World Cups are going to feel a little bit different after this one. I think, everybody knows what the Olympics is. There's a group of people that follows all the World Cups and are racing, and you have a big competitive field. But I think when it comes to the Olympic Games, everybody knows, I have so many people following and watching. And, when you say you're an Olympic medalist, everybody understands that. So
for you to be able to say that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You did it. So obviously we're here at a global event, the Olympics. Yeah. But most of your teammates are from Durango. You're a Park City girl. So I'm wondering, do you ever feel a little left out? And what is it about Durango that is, so special?
Yeah, it's amazing, especially in the men's field. I don't know if you'll have to check me, but I think all of the male Olympians that have competed in mountain bike at the Olympics have all been from Durango for the past, long time. So, and then our whole men's team this year is. So yeah, Colorado has been pumping out really strong mountain bike riders, and I think the culture there of riding and the development programs that they have are so incredible. And I think from Park City, we've got a bit of that too, and it's only growing with NICA and stuff. But I think what's cool is, in a way, I feel like Colorado and Utah are a team, and it's pretty crazy when you see all these riders from that same zone of the U.S. coming to World Cup races and competing at the highest level and coming out of these, little hubs in the U.S., Park City and Durango both. And yeah, it's pretty insane.
It's so cool that just little Colorado and Utah are just making their mark on the world stage. Yep. And you're part of that. I would love to know, with you, are you mingling with other athletes from different sports in the village? It's obviously a melting pot of some of the coolest people in the world. So I would love to know, who you're running into, who you're friends with, all that good stuff.
Yeah. We got the first day in the village. So, we had the whole sleeping in the cardboard beds, going to some pop-ups are happening.
Oh, you're good.
the whole meal hall, all the athletes all over the place, and meeting some people. But yeah, then pretty quickly we were isolated to our little cycling venue, which is a little bit out of the village, and fully focused on race day. So now I feel like I can relax a little bit. I've been telling people I'm saying yes a lot instead of no. For a long time you're just like, nope, can't do that, just like training. So I'm like, all right, let's do fun things and let's meet some cool people. And yeah, today I'm just starting, so it's pretty fun. And then tomorrow we'll have the whole day in the village to hopefully watch some events and just soak it all in.
I love this for you, like saying yes. Okay, so how much longer are you in Paris, and what does saying yes mean to you? Is it like exploring Paris, going to other events? Like, tell me your plans now that you're done.
Yeah. So, I mean, today I'm on like a full media tour doing the whole thing. So for me, it's I'll do that, and just fully embracing it and enjoying it. And then, yeah, tomorrow, I mean, we'll hopefully watch some events and just hang out, explore Paris, and just soak it all in. And then my family has planned a trip to Portugal. So I was like, you guys plan your dream trip, because I say no to a lot of fun vacations with them. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to saying yes to that one and enjoying the trip that they have planned so that we can spend some time together.
And so well deserved. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So one of your teammates, Chris Blevins, he's on your team here in Paris, but he's also on your trade team on the World Cup.
Just finishing, yeah.
Amazing. So he's also on your World Cup circuit.
No, me and Chris, oh gosh, I've known Chris probably since we were 15 years old. Like, we've been on teams together since we were on development programs, and now we're traveling the world together. And yeah, this is our second Olympic Games together. So yeah, he's a really close, dear friend. Yeah, I feel really lucky that we can share all these experiences together and race on the same factory program too. It's super cool.
So I'm a swimmer by trade, and we get like some pretty gnarly tans, but I would argue that you guys probably get worse. So I'm wondering, like, in the swimming world, it's kind of something that you are proud of and embrace.
Yeah.
I wonder, is it the same in the cycling world? Like, is that something, like, do you wear it with pride?
It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not, probably 60-40. It's pretty embarrassing. The tan, especially for women, like, it's so awkward. Your shorts, you've got these permanent short. And then, you can get the socks. The worst is this one. You can see the helmet strap sometimes. Or the glasses.
Can you, like, describe where the tan is? So
like right by my ears, right in front of the ears and right behind, and like around my chin. It looks like I just did a really bad job with my makeup and just like left pale lines around my face. Yeah, it's so bad. So I'm right now, we're going to Portugal. I was like, I just need to not be in my cycling kit for a while. So no, for sure. Everybody, we joke that we're always trying to fade them out. Everybody is like, oh yeah, I'm trying to fade them out, because really, like, in the public, people are like, who are these people?
Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with their face? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And the socks and the shorts. Yeah. Like,
the socks too. The socks, the shorts, everything. Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
Gnarly.
You can wear it with pride because you spend so many hours training. You can own it a little bit.
Yeah. But, we all do. But
yeah, but in only the cycling world, they're the only ones that understand.
Right. Pros and cons. So it thankfully was not wet for your race, the day of your race, but it was very wet the day before.
Yeah.
Other events were postponed. Yeah. Do you guys ever race in the rain? I'm assuming you can't wear like a rain jacket when you're racing.
Oh, we always do. This sport is crazy. You have to be ready for anything. Actually, our last World Cup, in the last World Cup I was at, I skipped the one in France, but it was in Switzerland. One of the gnarliest courses we've ever had. In World Cup, and it poured rain, and there were these huge rock slabs and these steep, like, crazy chutes that were getting so muddy. And yeah, you put shoe spikes on and a super, like, a mud tire, and you just go for it. But yeah, no raincoat. Usually you're like sweating enough and you're hot enough to not need it. Right. But you have to embrace it. You have to train in all those conditions. Like this course, super loose gravel, like that dry on hard conditions, but you have to be able to do that and then also be able to slip inside and just ride in pouring rain. Yeah.
So when you are soaked and caked with mud and you're finished with your race, I'm curious, like, are there showers on site, or do you change? Like, do you drive home? Like, these are the things that I think about, like, when I
These
see
are
you
great
guys
questions.
covered.
Yeah. Okay, so if you get on the podium, they usually just have like water, like a water bottle and some rags, and they're just like ragging you off and then you change, but it's not well done. And then usually you go back to the tent and they just take a hose and they just hose you down.
Stop.
And then
You're wearing the clothes still.
oh
like,
yeah,
obviously.
for sure. You just get all the mud because sometimes you're caked with mud. Then we'll change into like a dry kit jacket, do your cool down. Like you might just do the rollers or something, but you ride
Yeah.
for like 15 minutes after the race just to spin out a little bit. And then then you go shower. But usually our rooms, there's mud all over the ground in the shower. Like it's just a scene for sure.
I was looking you up obviously before this, and
Oh, yeah.
there's this iconic photo of you wearing glasses that are caked in mud. And
Yeah.
and me as like a non-cyclist, I'm like, how is she seeing? Like, how does she know where she's going? So like in those moments, like, are you freaking out? Are you just used to it? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. So we have a feed zone where you can swap glasses. So sometimes we'll grab a water bottle and trade glasses so you can always see out of them. And then my trick is I put them down a little bit so they're right on the edge of my nose. And then I look out on top of them so that when the mud's spraying from the ground, it hits the glasses, but I can still see like above them. But it's just part of it.
I love these like small intricacies of sports that like some
Yeah, these
people
are
may
great
be like,
questions.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. So like between races, do you bring multiple pairs of shoes? Because I'm assuming racing in wet shoes is probably not ideal. So like how long do those take to dry out? Are you bringing multiple pairs? Like what's the whole deal with the shoes?
Yeah, no, we have quite a few pairs of shoes for sure, especially in those conditions. And when we race at the World Cups, we have the short track race and the cross country race. And the short track race this year has been often, Saturday, and then we race the cross country on Sunday. So they're back to back. So yeah, your equipment, your shoes can be totally wet or muddy or gross. Obviously we clean them and we try and dry them out, but we have a second set for that. And then in the cross country race, sometimes like your cleat can go loose or you might break a piece off of it. So we also have spare shoes in the feed zone. So if something happens to your shoe, you can stop and trade them out too.
You guys have a lot of gear.
Yeah, a lot of gear. Sometimes I joke, maybe I wish I was just a runner and I could just travel with a pair of shoes because we travel. I mean, this year we've raced in Brazil, we've raced all over Europe, we race in, and we're packing our bikes, we're packing, all our nutrition, all this extra gear, like multiple helmets, multiple shoes. And I'm like, oh, okay. Every time in the airport, it's just like with all your luggage and people are looking at you, you're just like, all right, just check in these bags so I don't have to lift them anymore. Just get me on this plane.
I'll pay whatever the fee is because I don't want them anymore.
Yeah. You learn all these strategies of how to get all the bags on the carts and get them through, like, when the poles are too close together and you have these huge, big bike bags and you have all these little techniques for getting around.
So wait, now I have a question. You obviously have everything here with you. When you go to Portugal, are you sending it to Portugal or home?
Yeah, I've been mapping this out for so long because my trip before this, I was at 2 World Cups with my team. Then I flew to Colorado for 2 weeks. Then I went to Annecy, France to train with USA Cycling, and then I came to the Olympics. So I have different kit that I wear at the Olympics and at the World Cups, and then I have training. So I'm planning nutrition, equipment, different bikes, my road bike that I also train on for all those trips. So I actually flew to US without any bikes, and I had my parents ship some extra bikes that I had at home to Colorado so I could train on those bikes, ship them back home. Then I flew back to Europe, had my team bring bikes there so that I could just train on those bikes and not worry about if a bike got lost or if something broke. And then here, I'm going to bring my road bike with me to Portugal so that I can still ride after a couple days off. And then I'm shipping a couple bikes back to Girona, where I base in Europe. So, it's a lot of logistics.
You know what you're going to be really good at when you're done cycling is like being a trip planner. Like your itineraries, they have to be so detailed. Like you're like,
true, actually.
I know, like all of these things, like so detail oriented. That is, because I feel like people watch the Olympics, cycling, whatever it is, and they just like assume like poof, the bikes are there. Like, did they rent them? I don't know what people think, but this is like such incredible inside knowledge.
So not just like, am I racing on these bikes, but we need to have for all the athletes that we have on all of our equipment, we have to have spare wheels, spare tires. We don't know what tires we're going to run. Like it was started raining and the trail was becoming more slippery. So you have so many tire options for every race. So yeah, it's so detail oriented. And I think that's part of what makes it so exciting too, is if you can think ahead a little bit and plan for all of that. I think the racing, in my opinion, starts before you even get to the start line of how can you have the best accommodation, with the best location, so you're sleeping well and, all training well, all those details add up for sure.
It's like that quote, like, if you fail to prepare, you've prepared to fail. And like, you are the epitome of just like getting it all done, getting everything right. Last question. When you think back on even the last 2 games that you've been in, apart from your victory and your silver medal, which is amazing, what is one thing that you're going to fondly look back on? Like, just maybe something that somebody wouldn't really know about the Olympics that is kind of special and unique to just the athletes.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what's so magical about the Olympics, especially when you share it with other athletes, but you brought up my teammate Christopher. Like today, the nerves that I had for him were probably more than my race itself, because I think the weight of the Olympics and how badly you want to perform, because it's not like a World's Cup. When you're a kid, like young, you watch the Olympics on TV and you dream of, I want to do that. So it's not just a performance goal, it's a childhood dream. And so people want to make the Olympics because it's not just like, oh, I want to go get a medal, but it's also my childhood dream is to go to the Olympics, attend the Olympics, and also perform. So the weight of it emotionally for the whole family, for everybody, it's hard to explain. So I think what's so special is that you can feel that connection with every athlete from all the different disciplines, especially the ones that you've trained with, you've been around, you share these journeys with, and you can feel the intensity of the moment that they have, that you have, and you can like just look in each other's eyes and see, okay, like I get you, I feel you, but you can do this, and then when you can mentally clear your mind and be able to perform at what your body and mind are capable of, that's something special, because in a moment that's so intense, that's really, really hard to do.
Well, I know that you made little Haley proud yesterday.
Oh, that's so nice.
Congratulations. Enjoy your trip to Portugal. And thank you for taking the time to hang out with us and talk to us all things that like maybe some people don't know about. That was awesome.
Yeah, so great to chat. Thanks for the great questions. And
of course. Thanks, Haley.
Thanks for having me. All right. Are we logging off? You do it.
3 to go.
Thanks, guys.
Follow the show on the iHeart app, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, or your favorite podcast platform. And watch and listen to every moment of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games from July 26th through August 11th on NBC and Peacock, and for the first time ever on the iHeart app.